Okay, so I'm gonna be watching Brad react to a video which is called apparently like what this person say like Wuthering Waves. I'm not sure if it's right now or ever. It probably right now is not peak. So I'm very interested to see what this is. If you do enjoy me reacting to like Bran online or like Tectone stuff, make sure you subscribe to see more because I do like doing this. I would watch these videos normally, so I would watch these videos anyway. So I mean, I might as well record my reaction to it, right? So yeah, obviously I haven't reacted to Tectone because he has been streaming. Because I'm pretty sure he's been helping out with the floods, which W Tectone for that. If he is helping out with the Texas floods, which is great. But yeah, so,
This is not peak Wuthering Waves. I don't know what this video is about. It might not be what the title.
I will be honest. If we talk about peak Wuthering Waves, for me, peak story for me was 2.2. I don't know. Like, that was such a good story. Obviously, this one right, like, now, at 2.4, that was also very good. Like, the cutscenes for 2.4 were very long and very good. And there were quite a bit of them as well. But 2.2 was insane for me.
I might be getting clickbaited hard as shit right now. I could be getting clickbaited.
Yeah, Wuthering Waves is not peak. It is beyond peak.
Hard as shit right now. But I want to watch this and see what it's about and see if he's critical of Wuthering Waves at all. Let's have a look.
I'm curious what doubts. Well, yeah, I'm curious what he would be critical about. I feel like there's not too much to be critical about Wuthering Waves. Maybe. Gotta be honest, I'm not sure. Maybe it's like a 50-50 system for the characters, which obviously that makes sense. Not. Yeah, I don't know.
Waves. It is a game that not too long ago.
Oh, I'm not sure. I forget who this guy's name is.
Many in the community were quite skeptical about. There was this lingering feeling, almost a quiet consensus, that it had hit its peak. You would hear whispers or sometimes.
Oh my god, the game peak. Oh, it'd be so good to play
outright declarations that it was going to slowly or maybe even quickly go downhill from there. The logic.
Yeah, a lot of people do think when a game peak, like the whole point of peak, right? Is that it's the best of the best, so
and it can get better, which I feel like it could get better
through the bad to get to the peak, and then it goes downhill. That's why it's a peak. But a lot of people just call things that are really good peak nowadays, which is
was simple, if a bit pessimistic. How could they possibly top what they had already done?
Recency bias, am I right?
Consistent thread with Kuro Games and Wuthering Waves, it is proving those doubters wrong. Time and time again, after each update, the game has just improved. But
I feel like it's gone like this. So it's gone like this. 1.1, 1.2, fucking go down into like a down under, bro. Literally goes to Australia. Goes 6 feet under, and then it goes there. I feel like it's slowly increasing, and then not Sentimont, Redis, and then I guess it goes like levels out, or like okay, and then Renacida comes out, spikes, and then it keeps going really well, and then what's it? Yeah, then 2.3. So 2.3, and I feel like there was 2 filler patches. No, there wasn't 2 filler patches. So 2.3 comes out and it hits 6 feet under again, and then Sentimont like has it up again. So the half beat is a massive down period. And I think people calling this peak is because of 2.3 as well, because of how like boring 2.3 was. That there's so much stuff to do in this patch that's actually.
Do you think because of the really rocky start and the fact that they are fixing multiple problems very, very quickly,
and obviously
community consensus around Wuthering Waves, to be honest, not just content creator consensus.
I feel like there's not too much to be critical about.
That Wuthering Waves does just keep getting better and better. It will eventually hit that peak and start going down, I feel like, but right now, I think.
Yeah, they do. They get all the plays in, and then they start being a little bit greedy. But I feel like a big thing they could do is like get rid of the 50-50 for like characters. Oh my god, that will go crazy.
Very, very good spot.
Meticulously, steadily, they have chipped away.
What about if they give every character for free? Please, Wuthering Waves.
At issues and built on strengths, what we have now in this current version of Wuthering Waves genuinely feels like the best iteration of the game we have.
Okay, I will be. Okay, I thought of another critical thing. For me, most character stories for Renacida have been really boring for me. The only good one was Psychonus for me. Every other one has been boring as fuck for me. I don't know why. Every single one has been boring. I haven't even done Brands. I'm just not interested. I just can't be bothered because I know I'm probably not going to be interested in it. I don't know why. Like every single one, it's just like you. When you watch my reaction, you see how bored I am. Like I don't really hold back. Like when I'm bored, I do not try to entertain. I'm just there. It's bad.
Played. It is more
But I guess it's pretty authentic.
refined, more robust, and simply a better experience overall. And
yeah, I think adding flying to Rudicida and such is definitely making it.
Oh yeah, they need to add that everywhere.
A much better experience of gameplay.
Add that everywhere.
Evidence for this isn't just anecdotal.
Nice.
You can see it in the
I never played the game for exploration.
Recently, Wuthering Waves climbed to the 6th spot on Steam's global top sellers list. Think about.
Wow. To be fair, I don't know how I feel about the
Okay, what the fuck? What currency is this, bro? What?
top sellers list since it's a free-to-play game, but it's still a very good sign considering this is just Steam downloads, right?
About that for a moment. It wasn't just on the list. It impressively surpassed major well-established titles like Helldivers 2 and the possible winner of Game of the Year, Expedition 33. This isn't some fleeting moment of popularity. This signals a genuine sustain.
Yeah, but I guess a lot of people would be playing those. While you do have to, I guess Wuthering Waves is a console as well, but you do have to imagine, obviously, those games would probably be huge on console, since I feel like most people would be playing these games, like casual gamers, are console gamers. And the other ones are paid games. This one's a free game. You do have to keep that in mind. That's what Brand said earlier. But still impressive.
Upward trajectory for the game. It shows real tangible success. This continuously growing, improving, robust, and now demonstrably successful game environment. That is the fertile ground Lupa is arriving into. And that is precisely why her own success isn't just about her individual merits. It is built on the very foundation of Wuthering Waves' own risk.
What is that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, was that her combat showcase? I never watched that, because I feel like the combat showcase and stuff I'm just not interested in. Wait, there's no animations?
Surgeons and its newfound stability. Let's get into it.
That is a very good point. Lupa, by the way, I think Wuthering Waves, well, let me say Kuro. I think Kuro marketed Lupa in one of the best ways possible. Here's my current thoughts on Wuthering Waves.
She is a very cool character.
This update, right? I think the first part of the patch, the first part of the story was, in my opinion, I think that's when we reached kind of peak Wuthering Waves. I do. At least the current peak. 2.2 I think was also very good, right? I think they kind of level with each other. I thought they were pretty damn good.
Yeah, oh my god, 2.2, oh my god, the cutscene at the end. Jesus.
And then here's the big difference now. This is the first time they're trying this kind of new thing that they're doing where they release half the patch story.
True. I'm curious if they're going to keep doing that. I like it, but I also hate it, because I like it because, like, obviously it spreads it out, but I hate it because I kind of just want to do all of it. Like, in one go. I know one go, like, do one act, and then the next act 1 or 2 days later.
The patch, right? Here's where I kind of stand on it. The first half of the patch story was incredibly good. The second half...
I think it was also too much of a break. It didn't feel right, also, because in the story... Like, after, like, she won the championship, and then when she spoke, I'm pretty sure that was same day or the next day in-game. But for us, in the real world, we had to wait 3 weeks. It felt like the times didn't really line up like that, and it just felt weird that, like, in-game, they waited, like, a few hours to a day. In real life, 3 whole weeks. I feel like it's better just to get it all done. But I guess then you have the trouble with the whole patch becomes boring. But then it's like, just play another game.
The patch story was very good. However, I still feel like the first...
And obviously, when I was watching Brand's reaction, because today, I watched all of Brand's reaction to part 1 and part 2. And when I was watching part 2, I did notice that Brand actually forgot some stuff in part 1, which is, like, I guess, like, the break that happens, right? So I feel like you risk forgetting things that you did in part 1 if it's like a 3-week break.
Half was better than the second half. But I love Lupa as a character. They marketed her incredibly well. And in the story, she is incredible.
I forgot things as well.
I just feel like the quest wasn't long enough to flesh things out in the second half as much as I would personally like, especially with how good Wu's storytelling is. Like, I'm always left wanting more.
Winter can weaken your immune defenses, making you more vulnerable to common colds.
Oh no.
And that's a me problem, bro. I'm always left wanting more when the story is goddamn good. It took me like 2 hours to beat the whole thing, whereas the first part took me like 3 to 4, I think. But it did feel like a good wrap-up with a cliffhanger at the end of it, and now we only have like 3 weeks to wait until the next one, so I'm not
which is kind of cool.
I still thought it was really fucking good. I think I gave like the second half of it like 8.5 out of 10. And if I'm adding both the first half and the second half into one, I think this patch was like a 9.5, bro. I think it was an incredibly good patch, to be honest. Now, the second problem for me comes with Lupa as a character, because Lupa in the story is this gladiator, this literal one-man army that goes absolutely haywire on anyone she comes across. And yes, she is a very valuable ally and teammate in the gladiatorial arena, but everything kind of pointed to this character being a main DPS, right? Me personally, I couldn't care less, because I actually kind of need more supports in the...
Is she not a main DPS? I don't know. I'm not putting for Lupa, by the way. I'm saving for Yuno. So, yeah. I'm saving for Yuno. Wait, is she not a main DPS? Wait, really? I thought she was. Wait,
game, so I'm glad I...
Wait, is she a sub DPS? There's no way.
Anyway, but she is a support...
She seems...
unit. Maybe...
She's a support? She seems like a main DPS, or at least a sub DPS. She's a support.
Like a sub DPS support unit. And a lot of people are kind of frustrated that it doesn't really fit her role in the story in terms of gameplay, and they really expected a main DPS. I think Wuwa already has a shit ton of main DPS at this point, but that's coming from somebody who doesn't play the game as much as others. So other people are going to have way more insight and valuable insight into that than I do, admittedly. I'm curious what Glaive has to say about this.
They're seeing the sheer scale of the marketing push for Cartedilla, and honestly, that was something else.
Yeah,
We're talking Jeff Keighley himself leaking attack animations, the story cinematics hitting number...
By the way, I never looked at those. I say that obviously I saw thumbnails. I waited until the official special program. That's why my reaction was kind of crazy.
#1 on Bilibili, literal advertisements projected into the Tianfu Twin Towers, the kind of budget that makes you wonder if they're a Hoyoverse game. Naturally, the thought...
Holy shit!
...crossed many minds. Okay, they went all out for Cartedilla. They just...
That's insane.
poured everything into that.
This looks insane! Oh my god,
Oh, that'd be so cool to see in real life. The most I've seen is in Japan, where they have they had like I think at one place there's 8 pillars, like it's like a normal like plaza area, and there's 8 pillars that had Genshin characters around them. That's that, and then on buildings there's like Genshin posters. That's the most I've seen. Holy shit, this is crazy.
Did not know that this was a marketing push. Holy.
Surely they're going to slow down now. Maybe even give up on the next character. I mean, who cares about Lupa after that, am I right? It is a reasonable assumption for a lot of companies. But what we have seen from Kuro Games has been a consistent pattern. It is a deep commitment to all of their characters. Even Calcharo. Lupa's rollout really...
Can we not laugh at Calcharo, bro? He was the 5-star that I selected from the standard selector, bro. I like Calcharo, although...
Damn. You didn't get Verena, who's like the default choice. That's crazy. I chose Verena.
Fucking suck compared to what I expected it to be like, especially now in this point in the game. But still, guys, don't say who. Thank God she isn't a main DPS. More future-proof for any fusion team, to be honest. I kind of agree with you.
I guess, yeah, true.
I kind of like that take, but that's just...
Yeah, because we all know the role supports, right?
Wasn't quite as meteoric in terms of those massive global ad placements like Cartedilla had. It was still incredible.
Yeah, Cartedilla got a whole fucking animation on YouTube.
Effective and frankly quite refined.
I think Lupa had the best character trailer.
You've heard trailer.
Whatever they called it, the animation with the song that I've heard.
Resonator Showcase, Brand.
But in most gaming, dude, I am just a...
It was pretty good. You definitely the music in the second half.
Big simp for good music and good animations together at the same time, and I feel like Lupa's character trailer smashed that out the park, bro.
We got 3 key official videos from the Wuthering Waves channel. There was the Resonator Combat Showcase, which gives us a taste in her in-game moves, and then the main Resonator Showcase, which dove deeper into her character, and of course,
I did say Resonator Showcase
video, which is a nice touch. The reactions...
But the thing is, every character gets that. Every character gets those things. Every single one.
To these videos, they have...
I do really want to react to Phoebe's EP, but...
overwhelmed.
And Phoebe's Midnight podcast. Still haven't done that.
Music video, which is a nice touch. The reactions to these videos, they have been overwhelmingly positive. Very well received. It shows that Kuro Games has stepped up their game when it comes to building hype for their characters, not just through sheer advertising brute force, but through quality content that genuinely connects with the player base. This
Yes, although it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? Because that kind of stuff is also sheer force of marketing as well. Like the Resonator showcases and stuff and the trailers, they are marketing strategies. So it's both.
Strategic shift in how they market, moving from grand
it's high
spectacles
quality,
to a more focused, high-quality content, points to a deeper understanding of what truly makes players care about a character. And that
because I feel like an animation, like this whole animation and like making a trailer would take way more time than slapping her onto a billboard. No.
That connection
I
is
would
exactly
guess it
what
would.
sets the stage for Lupa's inherent appeal.
I mean, you could even use Genshin as a example of this, right? You know a character is going to sell well when they get not just a collective miscellany, not just a character teaser.
Oh my god, yeah, Skirt got so much.
Just a character demo, but then like a whole ass animated short, bro, you know that is a character that they want.
Yeah, but it wasn't as long as Alakido, so, you know, kinda... I mean, it's kind of shit if you ask me. But at least it didn't spoil anything, so...
To sell good. Same thing for these characters. When they get like a dedicated music video and then insane 5-minute trailers, like, come on.
Beyond just the
like, Skirk got more marketing than freaking the Archon of... Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. I mean, I guess we could dig at animation, but I can't forget about the animation. I feel like Skirk was way more hyped than Mavwika.
marketing, Wuthering Waves has this real strength. It is good at making you, the player, genuinely want a character. Like, seriously, when is the last time you felt like, oh, this is an easy skip? I doubt that is the feeling. They get you.
Thing is, for me, even though I'm skipping her, it's not an easy skip. I do really want Lupa, bro. I want Lupa, and I also fucking want Frolova coming out next patch. I really, really do. But Yuno is so fucking hot, it's ridiculous. So, you know, I have to pull for her. And she looks cool. So, I'm pulling for her. Like, she's barely wearing anything, bro. Like, she's wearing a fucking bikini as a normal outfit. Like, Carlotta had to get a full one-piece bikini, like, as a separate thing. Yuno gets it for free.
For Wuwa, for me, easy skip is tough because I said like
I'm a person that if I could, I'll literally get every character in the game. By the way, like at least like obviously C0. Like if I could, I would.
A long time ago that I wanted to stop
I'm a
spending money on
collector.
Genshin. I never said it about other gacha games, but I was like, well, I don't spend in other gacha games anyway, right? So I was like, it's fine. Like I stopped
That's why it'd be bad if I played like that's why it's bad because I played so many gachas.
spending in most gachas. So I wanted to stop spending money on Genshin because my account's in a perfectly fucking fine spot right now, and honestly, I just wasn't getting that same like blown away factor from a lot of characters since like Nuvi, to be honest. That's just my personal preference in characters wasn't getting hit, and it's also just the end game situation where the end game is not for me, so I don't even need those strong characters. Just don't fucking need them unless I wanted to go.
I mean, that's why for HSR I regret putting for C2 Herder because I literally could have beat the end game. I pulled for C2 Herder and Trebby. I still could have beat the end game. Oh, I fucking regret it. I freaking wish I didn't pull for C2 Herder, bro. Oh, it's my biggest regret. Oh, fuck.
For the skins, obviously, and then
Hey, look, you give me standard trains. Go to my videos and look at my UI. I'm joking.
fuck it, Whale C6R5. It's not happening. I'm not spending on Genshin. I feel
No point. There's not even. I don't know why people even R5. Like, I think C6ing R5ing is some of the stupidest things. The stupidest thing you could do in a gacha game, in my opinion. I think it is. I just think it's so fucking dumb. Like, cause what's the point in even doing the end game? Even if the end game's shit, what's the point of doing it? Because you're gonna breeze through it anyway, unless it's the onslaught new thing. But that's just dumb. And two, it's just a waste of money. And you could one use that to get other stuff, and two use it to get other characters. Like, what would you rather get? Like, C6 of a character? Oh yeah, by the way, the free-to-play players who save up 4 years just to get C6R5 for a character, they're fucking dumb, I think. I think they're retarded. But anyway.
I feel zero desire to spend my money on Genshin Impact anymore. However, Wuthering Waves, dude, I'm happy to spend on that game. And obviously, I never said I wasn't gonna, but it's like this kind of the same reason as well that.
Hey, I brought Carlotta's bikini skin. That's just to support the game. Definitely not for my own reasons.
You could pretty much use any character in the end game.
I definitely wasn't.
games and have a decent chance, right? At least
Help
right
me.
now. That might change years down the line, just like it has with Genshin. But not only that, dude, it's like when a game improves on such a
Spend
huge,
responsibly.
monumental front so frequently, I guess is the right word. This has been a thing since I started Wuwa, and I remember saying it. It makes you want to support the game. It makes you want to spend money. I remember spending money when they gave away the first free like 5-star standard selector because they were listening to community feedback and changing things. And it's like, damn, I want to support this company. I want to support this game. I feel like it's making a
And plus, they were losing a lot of money for doing what they were doing as well.
impact, a positive difference. And then when Solon came out in the interview and was like, yeah, what did he say? Like, as long as we can survive, like we'll keep pumping out good content. It's like, that's what I fucking love, bro. That's what I love. Something like that. It was quite an emotional interview.
I never watched the
Especially
interviews
when they put this,
ever.
like, effort into the characters and stuff, bro.
You invested in their
it.
personalities, their backstory. It creates what some people call a parasocial bond.
Oh,
you feel
no.
like you know them, like they are part of your world,
I'm
just like you
parasocial
and
now.
me, viewer.
What do you mean, like? They are. Glaive. They are a part of my... What do you mean, am I free to body pillow? What am I going to do with that? I'm joking, I don't have one, okay? That was a joke, I should have said that, because now everyone's going to think I do. I don't have one, I don't have a body pillow, okay? I don't. Please.
We are friends, aren't we? you're my family.
Bro,
Oh my
Blade
god, the
probably
love
has
her
more
eyes.
Heat watches than he realizes at this point. But probably not than he realizes. I think it's fucking crazy, bro.
You're my brother. You know what? And for Lupa, this
God.
whole process really kicked off with the introduction of Septimont.
Oh, cool.
Bro, I just realized this.
Oh, shit.
This is not peak Wuthering Waves. I think I got clickbaited so hard. I think he's gonna say it's like the best it's been so far, but it's just gonna keep getting better. So the peaks in the future, motherfucker.
Damn, dude! A whole new.
Shit, Tectoad. Nah. All right, Tectoad was in this video. Sorry, I have to dislike this video now.
area.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's ridiculous.
Welcome to Amphorius. Okay, dude.
The new region, the entire narrative arc, the part of the story was crucial. It allows us to dive deep into Lupa's world to understand why she is a gladiator, her battles not just in the arena but against the corruption around it, and her journey to find and define her own wolf pack. Damn, that was a bar, dude. When you watch streamers react to that peak Septimon introduction, or when they meet Lupa for the first time, you can just see it. That is real emotional investment being built. And then
100%, bro. The second I saw Lupa in the trailer, not even in the trailer. The
Lupa's
second we
so
saw
cool,
Lupa, I
bro.
thought she was pretty fucking cool, but she grew on me as a character, dead ass. I was not that interested in pulling, dude, until I started to get to know the character through the game. And oh my god, I actually went parasocial for Lupa. Wuthering Waves marketing actually worked on me. They've got me by the balls. Oh my god, they're gripping the taint, they're fondling the balls, dude. They know
Hey,
what
yo, what the fuck?
you have the showcases themselves.
Jeez.
The Resonator showcase, the cinematic
Yeah.
one, was just stunning. People
I'm done.
were absolutely blown away by the visuals, the way it seamlessly blended 2D and 3D animation. That is
That is one of the best things they've done, by the way.
Yeah, true. They do that, which is really cool. That it is a really cool. I feel like Star Rail did that recently in their 3.3. What patch are they up to? What patch are they up to? 3.4, right? Fuck. There's so many patches. There's so many numbers to keep up with at this point. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think Star Rail did that in the most recent patch for 3.4 as well, I think.
Want to put that out there, bro.
Yeah, but the 3D, like the 3D, the 2D animation, definitely with like the first part with the card of the like Fleur de Lis and the friggin' Ardonia, the friggin' lion thing, statue thing. Bro, the 2D animation went crazy with that.
One of the best things they decided to do is blending art styles, 2D to 3D and such. It makes such a phenomenally drastic difference in enjoyment of these cutscenes. It is insane.
That is a difficult trick to pull
Freaking
off,
dad
and
Steve's,
they
bro.
nailed
Holy
it.
shit.
The
Yeah,
camera
they did.
angles were dynamic, really
Yep.
pulling you
Holy
into the
shit.
action. The story resonated deeply. Her partners betrayed
animation's going
Lupa's
crazy.
incredible resilience to overcome it. Her whole badass persona and unique gladiator theme, it all hit hard. And the Resonator combat showcase backed that up. People praised the amazing visuals and insane animations, highlighting her dynamic combat style. You can see the
Yeah,
fluidity
the cameraman was paid extra for this video, by the way. This one right here.
using her weapons, her powerful abilities. abilities, her ultimate, those smooth, almost dance-like movements. It just makes you want to get your hands on her in
double time.
But what really made Lupa stand out for many, myself included, is her unique sound. The music for Lupa was crafted by Grabbits.
This is what made me pull for her. Deadass. I said it in the reaction. This is what made
I
me
will be honest, I don't know who this is.
pull for the character.
Really prominent musician who is well known for his work with Riot Games, specifically for games like League of Legends and Valorant.
It sounded like an arcane track, bro.
If you're familiar with the competitive scene for those games, you know they have these.
What did I say it reminded me of? It didn't remind. I mean, gotta be honest, I haven't watched Arcane Season 2. I've been so long since I watched Arcane Season 1. Holy shit. That was like, oh my god, that was so long ago. But I forgot what. I need to listen to it again to remind me. I do say it in the video if you want to see what I thought about like what it reminded me of. It reminded me of something, but I need to listen to it again to remind myself.
Esports tournaments. They're basically.
But it wasn't Riot Valorant. I mean, Riot makes Valorant. And it wasn't any of those. I just don't know what I thought.
Gladiator tournaments, am I right? And Grabbits has a knack for creating music that perfectly captures that high stakes, intense fighting spirit. So having him work on Lupa's theme just makes perfect sense. It really hammers.
Play it. Let me simp for the music yet again, bro.
Home her gladiator persona. And
while
not everyone might instantly connect with that style of music, for those of us who have been deep in the Valorant scene, consistently following their franchise tourney matches, this song just hit that spot. It truly captures Lupa as that kind of relentless winning fighter. So this holistic approach to Lupa, her deep lore, her striking visual design, and this unique resonant sonic identity, it all works together. It creates this immense desire to have her, and that desire, that wanting, is then directly amplified by how well she performs in the game itself. Because for a gacha character to truly succeed, they have to deliver gameplay as well. This is where
she feels really fucking good to play. She does, and I
feel
feel
like she actually does. She feels so fun to play.
Showcasing just what she feels like. But my point earlier still stands. I feel like a lot of people don't like the fact that she's a support unit because of her role in the story being this like portrayed as like a main.
That's crazy. I really expected her to be DPS.
For me personally, I couldn't really care less. She still does a fuck ton of damage. I pulled her. I don't even have like another fusion main DPS right now, bro. But I'll probably pull Brant in future because I tried him for the first time the other day and he's buzzed. He's so fun.
Where Lupa's kit really shines because it is built with this interesting balance. She is undeniably powerful, but also remarkably user-friendly. Hear me out. First off, she is genuinely easy to pick up and play. You don't need to be some kind of gaming savant to make her work. She has this clever built-in dodge helper that basically gives you an extra free dodges in a fight, which is incredibly forgiving, and her special moves, the ones that really make her charge up without much effort. This means whether you are a seasoned player,
isn't she like really bad with Changli though, I heard?
Who knows all the tricks, or someone just starting out, you can get her doing cool stuff and being effective pretty quickly. And don't mistake easy to use for
I thought the best team was literally Changli, Lupa, and Brand.
Lupa is an insane fusion character. Think of fusion as her element, right? Like
I also feel like she was doing plenty of damage in the story, so even though she might be classified as like a sub DP.
No, she was not. I'm so she was doing jack shit. Like, bro, she really 1,000 to 2,000 damage per basic attack is not a lot, and then no, she was not doing damage in the story. It's the enemies that didn't have health in the story.
Yes, or support. I still feel like she does enough. Bro, I feel like most of the fucking sub DPSs in this game can still do an incredible job in the endgame content if you use them as a main DPS. Am I crazy for that? Maybe that's just wrong, but from what I've done, it feels fine.
Fire. She makes her teammates stronger, especially, or specifically, other characters who also use that fiery fusion damage, all while dishing out a lot of damage herself. Her special kit, the one she uses as she leaves the field, gives a big boost to the next character that comes in, making them hit harder. It is a fantastic pairing for other powerful fusion characters.
Oh my god, I have Encore. Wait, is Lupa good with Encore?
Wait, I have C2, C3 Encore. Yes, I keep losing to Encore. Encore is my... Fuck, whatever the wolf guy is. I fucking don't even know. Who cares about him? But, like, everyone loses to that wolf guy. I always lose to Encore. Fuck.
Can I actually build an Encore team now? Oh my god, I might actually be able to build an Encore team. I don't even like Encore's gameplay, but it might be doable.
Another smart design choice is that you don't need to break the bank to make her good. You don't need her fancy exclusive special weapon to...
But it looks cool, so I pulled it anyway.
...get great results.
Her weapon
she works really well with common weapons
shit.
that are easier to get your hands on.
Wish I'd have known that. No, I don't, actually. I'd have pulled it anyway.
This is a massive win for anyone who doesn't want to spend a fortune or for free-to-play players. Plus, her damage isn't just a big burst
No regret.
Just let me call.
than nothing, she hits a lot of enemies at once, very consistently too. This spread out damage makes her super valuable in fights when you're up against many opponents.
Oh my god, if I just pull Looper, I can make this team.
This spread out damage makes her super valuable in fights when you're up against many opponents. Like in the challenging Whimpering Waste. Even if a few of her smaller bonuses don't fully kick in there, the main damage is more than enough. And while her basic moves are simple to grasp, if you do want to get really technical, there are ways to swap characters super efficiently to maximize damage. But that is a choice, not a requirement.
Unfortunately, I've seen the future, bro. Don't do that.
However, let's be real. When something sounds this good, there is usually a but. And you're right. There is a few things to consider.
There certainly is a but. I've seen it like 4 times in one cutscene, and listen.
With Lupa. While she is generically user-friendly, getting her to absolute peak performance does come with a specific quirks. For one, she really shines brightest in teams where almost everyone uses fusion damage. She is not a character you can just plug into any random team and expect top results. She thrives when she is surrounded by her fiery comrades. Also, she does like to stay on field for a decent chunk amount of time to do her full routine and apply all her buffs. This can sometimes feel a little bit clunky if your other teammates have a very quick, short-lived buffs that you want to perfectly line up. You might.
That is a good point. Yeah, that is a good point, especially if you've got like is it freaking Mortifi or Verena that has the kind of short outro skill like in
Wow.
buff.
I don't know what that was.
A little bit of those quick boosts, and that powerful special buff that she gives when she is leaving the field, it disappears fairly quickly if you swap characters too fast. So if you're the kind of player who likes to rapid fire swap characters, you need to be very precise to make sure you actually get that boost. It means while she can be swapped, doing it perfectly requires a little bit more active thought. Finally, to get Lupa's team truly performing,
someone in the chat said Farida, bro. I remember like I think it was like the start of the game. I got Farida and Verena mixed around so many times, it's actually ridiculous.
Perfectly requires a little bit more active thought. Finally, to get Lupa's team truly performing at the very top, the absolute highest level, you're often looking at investing heavily in 3 characters, not just one main damage dealer. Unlike some teams where one super strong characters carry everyone else, Lupa's best team often needs all 3 members to be quite well built. That can mean
interesting. Would it be doable for me to do an encore Lupa Mortifi team, or is that just not good?
Need more time, more farming, and potentially more pulls.
I mean, I guess you would have like a healer or something.
Damage. So is she still
just don't get
user-friendly
hit.
with all these points? Yes, for sure. She is friendly to start with. You can pick her up.
No healer. Don't need a healer if you don't get hit, bro. Come on now.
Exactly.
Easily, and she will feel powerful. Bro. But to unlock her absolute maximum potential, the kind that might break records, that is where the nuances come in. And you might need a bit more dedication to her specific team needs. When we look at Lupa's emerging success, it is pretty clear. It is not just some lucky accident. It is actually the culmination of a few things. It is Kuro Games having this much more mature understanding of how to develop a character and critically how to market them effectively.
Bro, I can't. Oh my, somebody stop request that song for after this, please.
Lupa, in a way, embodies Wuthering Waves' entire trajectory. Like the game itself, she has arrived after a period where there were definitely doubts, but both the game and this character have steadily, quietly overcome those questions and truly found their stride. They have reached a new peak, you could say. Her appeal is holistic. It is not just...
Well, I thought you said this is not peak Wuthering Waves. What do you mean, Glaive Kia?
One thing that makes her work. It is and truly found their stride. They have reached a new peak, you could say. Her appeal is holistic. It is
a new peak, so they're going to be a peak in the future. So this isn't the peak. But you called it the peak. But it's not the peak. And he said it's not the peak. But you saying it is the peak. But if it's not the peak, then how is it the peak? But it could be the peak in the future. So how could you call it the peak now if it could be the peak in the future?
I thought you said this is not peak Wuthering Waves. What do you mean, Glaive Kia?
One thing that makes her work, it is that deep integration into the story, making you feel a connection. It is the striking visual design and animations that are simply a joy to watch. It is the unique sound design, that music that truly captures her essence, and then, crucially, it is a kit that both incredibly powerful and surprisingly player-friendly. This comprehensive approach to character release, where every aspect seems to be considered and executed with a quiet confidence, it really feels like setting a new standard on how successful characters are rolled out in the gacha space. But I am curious to hear your thoughts, considering Lupa's overall approach, from how her story is woven in to her approachable yet potent gameplay. Do you think this...
I really want a Lupa and Cardathea companion story. That would be nice. Definitely with like some of the stuff. I really
kind of holistic strategy represents the new benchmark for gacha character success.
Because we didn't get a companion story this patch, by the way, so...
Or are there other elements you find even more impactful when you're deciding to pull for a character?
I think it's one element of many.
you find
Goose!
even more impactful when you're deciding to pull for a character.
I think it's one element of many. I also think story importance is a big aspect as well. And so far, even though Lupa had an incredibly important...
Yeah, like, if Lupa fucking sucked in the story, she would not be as loved as she is. I mean, I guess she's hot, but, I mean, guess what, guys? Personality matters.
important part to play, it is undeniable that there are four
Her personality is amazing, by the way. She is an amazing character through and through.
more important people in the story of Wuthering Waves, right? For example, like Jinji in the first region, right? Like characters that have a bigger role to play or more of a role to play also typically garner more pulls in general. And typically a lot more effort put into them by the company, even though Lupa is definitely not suffering from having a smaller but still pretty important role to play. I don't think she is suffering in the slightest. I think she is...
I mean, she was literally the center in the whole story, like, for 2.4, so...
Very well, I would assume.
Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, but that is all from me, Glaive Keo, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers!
Yeah, I think, honestly, that was a good video. I got clickbaited so fucking hard, bro. Hey, maybe people were right, Glaive. Maybe you do just, glaze Wuwa and shit on Genshin. Maybe that last video I watched was just you absolutely shitting on Genshin without praising it at all. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Look, you're not actually gonna...
Alright, so that is the video. Obviously, this is France right now, releasing an hour ago. I'm going to be releasing this a lot later. I don't want to release it too quick because I feel like that was weird. But yeah, so I think Wuthering Waves right now. I mean, yeah, but I feel like right now, if you talk about all of Wuthering Waves right now, I think it peaked at 2.2 for me. Like, 2.2 was amazing. Let me know what your favorite patch was. What was your favorite patch / story? Like, I think 2.2 is still for me. I think 2.4 was fucking amazing, obviously. 2.5, I cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Oh my god, definitely with Scar and stuff. I feel like 2.5 Scar's going to have such a huge role. It's going to be insane. But I think 2.2 still tops it for me. So right now, Wuthering Waves peaked months ago. But I guess we'll see in the future for 2.5. 2.5 might blow me fucking away. It might be insane. But yeah, let me know what your guys' thoughts are.